Good morning. This is the teaser video for this coming Sunday, August 28th. Um, it's going to be a pretty simple message, but the question is, what does it take for you to believe in something? Think about that. What makes you believe in something? Do you have to see it? Is seeing as believing? Do you are you willing to take information from a source you consider reliable? Do you believe stuff you read and see? Do you believe, people when they speak and that what they say is a fact? Do you believe what's reported in the news? Do you do your own research and that's what makes you believe? Do you believe people who have podcasts or whatever news channel, like I said, you decide to think that's what you want to hear? Do you believe if it's something you want to believe or something you hear? If it's something that you want to hear, do you take that as fact and believe it? So that's the question, is what does it take for you to believe? Now, we're going to look at a passage, John chapter 20, verses 24 to 29. Again, John chapter 20, verses 24 to 29. A lot of people are familiar with this passage. It's the passage about Thomas saying he needed to see the risen Jesus and put his fingers in the nail holes and his hand in the side. So obviously Thomas needed to see to believe. He had, that's what coined the phrase doubting Thomas. But the question is, what do you truly need to believe? By nature, I'm skeptical. I'm a skeptical person. I don't believe most things that I hear. And as I come to know people, if I hear something, then I usually have to. If it's something I'm interested in, then I'll do research. But I've had more than enough people tell me stuff that's not true, and that includes people in the church. I've caught a lot of people in churches saying stuff that's not true, and so that basically tells me I can't believe anything that individual says. And those people say. And so most of the times when people speak to me, I kind of take it with a grain of salt until there's other facts or something that arise that prove what they said is true. But yeah, if I've caught somebody multiple times telling me information that's not correct, then I'm pretty much, I'll listen to what they say, but it kind of goes in one ear one and out the other. You may be the same way. If you know people who've told you information that's not correct or not accurate, you just tend not to count that person as reliable, so you don't really put a whole lot of weight in the information they share with you or tell you. I've told you as a pastor, I've had many situations where I've gotten, and part of this probably has what set my standard on how I do certain things. I've had people call and tell me someone's in poor health and in the hospital and they're not doing well, and I rushed to the hospital and realized they were discharged. They were never admitted in the first place. Again, it's just people either exaggerate or embellish the story or don't know the true information or the facts, and therefore they add to it or make it more serious than it is. And again, I've had that stuff happen on multiple occasions. So unless I hear directly from the family, is one of the reasons why I don't rush to hospital visits or anything like that until I hear from the family themselves, because secondhand information, third-hand information tends to get more and more distorted from what the true situation is. So that's part of my skepticism. And so for me to believe something, I got to hear it from very reliable sources. And usually I consider that close family to individuals. But on other things, when I hear the news and stuff, I'll read information from 3 or 4 sites or talk to someone who's a specialist in a certain area, and then kind of get their input, and that'll help me base my decisions. I went through COVID a lot different than everybody else. I really didn't change the way I live my life or anything that much, because luckily I live with someone who knows a lot of the information and is very close to people who are very in the know. So we knew how we were going to handle, and I got my shots. I got my booster. I'll get another booster here in the fall when I get my flu shot. So, for you to believe in something, what does it take for you to believe? That's what we're going to be talking about. Again, you're going to be reading John chapter 20, verses 24 to 29. Hope to see everyone there. Take care. Be safe.